What's your name and what do you do? How fast did it take you guys to expand from one location to the second location, then all the way up to 36? What are some of your favorite tax write-offs or tax strategies that you implement or maybe help some of your clients implement? You're talking like a very seasoned entrepreneur right now. It sounds like you may have had employees in the past. Why are you so keen on not wanting employees? How much money did it cost for you to start your business? How much revenue does your company make right now?
We're up in the tens of millions. I'll say 10. You know, soon it'll be tens, and then it'll be hundreds, and then we'll be $1 billion business.
What's going on, guys? Sean here, and today I'm at a networking event here in Atlanta, Georgia. And as we know, business credit is very important to any company. And so what I want to do is interview business owners to ask them questions like how they use business credit, how much money they make, and any tips they have to share. Let's get into it. What's your name and what do you do?
My name is William Collins, and I own a 360 photo booth business in Atlanta.
What inspired you to start your 360 booth?
So pretty much I'm an entrepreneur. I do graphic design. It was like the easiest way for me to make more money at the time, and it said I could make 6 figures, so I just tried it out.
How much money did it cost for you to start your business?
Roughly, it's cost me about $3,000, including all the fixtures, and then I just grew from there.
Did you use business credit or a loan, or how did you get the $3,000?
So I pretty much used my personal money to get funding, but eventually I started using different credit lines to fund more actual equipment for the business. So now I have 3 I have 3 different machines so I can go all over the city.
How much does a machine cost?
Roughly between $1,500 to $3,000. They have manuals, they have automatics. I pretty much started out with a manual, but I am progressing to an automatic.
How much money do you make right now in your business?
$50,000 to $60,000 yearly.
Is it just you right now in the business, or do you have a team of employees or anything like that?
So I do have a team. I go to the majority of the events, but I do have like my friends, my cousins, they go to events too.
What advice would you have for somebody who might want to start up their own like event company or maybe their own 360 booth?
I would pretty much say look for something that's within a budget, because every event has a budget, so just try to find like a niche within the events. It could be decorating, it could actually be the lights that you use for the background, it could be anything, but as long as it's in a budget, they're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, I think that's probably another big question people have is how do I actually get into events and how do I find clients and customers? What do you do?
So pretty much I would just start off trying to have a good product, and then they'll honestly find you.
What's your name and what do you do for a living?
Well, my name is Juliana Santos, and I'm one of the owners for Brazilian Wax by Andrea. We have 36 locations here, around Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina. I do hair removal, so it's the beauty industry.
So when did you all start the business, and how fast did it take you guys to expand from one location to the second location, then all the way up to 36?
Well, she started at 2005. When she came here, she noticed that the waxing industry was big, but not big as far as, the Brazilian roots. So she brought in the Brazilian roots to United States. With that, it actually expanded really fast from one location to 2, 3, 4, 5. In 1 year, we had 7 locations, and then it kept on growing, and now 36, and we're still growing.
How much does it cost for you all to open one location?
Cost, there's a lot behind that, like finding the place, doing research, talking to landlord, the rental. It depends on the location. You can start by 1 bedroom with $500 buying 1 bed to $200,000, $300,000 starting a great location, a really good place, a nice plaza, nice location with trafficking and all of that.
Do you guys leverage business credit or personal credit to get the funding to open these locations?
Well, usually, I'm sure at first when we first started, yes, we did. But now, no. We actually go and we do everything out of pocket.
So you guys are basically using the cash flow from other locations to fund new locations and expand your operations. It makes a lot of sense. And can you walk us through the numbers on maybe one location, how much money it may make?
We probably make around $500,000 on that specific location.
So if somebody wants to open up, a beauty business, maybe get into the waxing industry like you all are in, what advice or tips would you give that person?
Number one thing I would say, get your license, your cosmetologist license. Don't work without a license. And as my aunt, I call her mom, says, put your faith in God, because we are Christians. We strong believe in God. Put Him at first. Don't ever lose your motivation. Save money. Save, because you won't grow without saving and without spending.
Now, really quick, before we move on to the next interview, I want to talk about today's sponsor, Mercury. As an entrepreneur, you know that making smart financial decisions for your startup is key. And let's be honest, startups haven't exactly had the best time recently when it comes to keeping their money safe, sound, and working for them. That's where Mercury comes in. Mercury provides banking for startups, over 100,000 venture-backed and bootstrap startups to be exact. Mercury also protects your funds with up to $5 million in FDIC insurance through their partner banks and sweep networks. So listen, if you want to make sure you keep your startup money safe, if you want the ability to issue employee debit cards and credit cards with customized limits, and you want to be able to pay vendors and employees through ACH, wires, checks, foreign exchanges, and more, then look no further than Mercury. Do me a favor and head to the link down below to learn more about Mercury's banking solutions for startups. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to the next interview. What's your name and what's your business?
Hi, my name is Vance Morris from the Eastern Shore of Maryland, and I show businesses how to Disneyfy their experiences. Company name is Deliver Service Now.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit more? Like, what does Disneyfy your business mean?
Sure, it's all about creating experiences out of the mundane. So we all have mundane things we do in our business every day. Answer the phone, send an email, send a proposal. Most of the time, they're just boring. So we show businesses how to create experiences out of those. So, if you're going to send a proposal, if it's a $10,000 proposal, don't just send it by an email. Put it in a nice box, send some chocolate, send something with it, create an experience for the person who's receiving it.
How long have you been operating this company?
10 years.
Why did you decide to start this business?
Because customer service in America absolutely sucks. And if I can help them one business at a time get a little bit better, then I've done my work.
How much money did it cost for you to start your company?
Start the company cost me nothing. Honestly, but investing in it all the time, I've written a couple of books, so there's an investment in getting them published. Doing trade shows like this, investment in the trade show and everything else. So, I own a couple other bricks and mortar companies, and I bootstrap those. Best way to do it, boots on the ground.
About how much revenue does your business make?
Let's see, the consulting business, we're just a tick under 7 figures a year.
And so zero costs, 7 figures a year. Do you have any employees, or what would you say are some of your biggest expenses right now?
Business expenses are coming to things like this and doing lead generation. I don't have employees because I don't want them. It's a lifestyle business. I've designed the business the way I want to work. I don't want employees. And that's just the way I put it together. Not saying it's not right. Now, do I have, an assistant in the Philippines or a couple of VAs that help me with stuff? Certainly. But as an employee, no way.
You're talking like a very seasoned entrepreneur right now. It sounds like you may have had employees in the past and you've dealt with that before. Why are you so keen on not wanting employees?
Well, I worked for Disney for 10 years. When I left Disney, I was a senior leader and I had 500 employees that reported to me. It's not like I had to write 500 reviews, but they were headaches. I spent another 25 years in the hospitality industry, had tons of employees there. I own 3 bricks and mortar businesses in Maryland. I have employees there. This business, I don't want any employees.
I understand, but yeah, sometimes dealing with employees, you deal with the moves, the swings, the inconsistencies. It can be a little bit of a headache. What would you say is probably the biggest tip you would give a small business owner who's trying to maybe retain more of their clients and maybe increase their customer experience?
Well, first and foremost, you got to stay in touch with them. 100%. The only time they hear from you is when you want to sell them something is a bad way to communicate. So I strongly encourage people to do newsletters, so that it's not a salesy thing. That's the way to retain them, because it's not the customer's job to remember you. It's your job to remind the customers why you exist.
What's your names and what kind of business do y'all have?
So my name is Nzinga and I'm a licensed esthetician, and I'm a spa owner and an educator.
And my name is Tamera and I'm a licensed esthetician as well, and I'm a spa owner, and I also have my own product line.
And you both are business partners, right?
Yes.
Are y'all 50-50 partners?
Yes, pretty much.
What inspired y'all to start the spa?
Actually, me and Tamera, at one point, we were both working at two separate jobs, and we ended up getting fired on the same day. So we just got together and we were like, we're gonna do it on our own. Like, we don't have to worry about getting employment from other people. So 2 weeks later, we were in our own suite, doing our own thing and starting our businesses.
So we both went to aesthetic school, and our story is pretty similar. We both used to hide our insecurities with makeup. We basically wanted women to feel more confident in their natural skin. So we were like, okay, we're gonna go to aesthetic school, and we became estheticians. And so now we just listen to people's skin concerns, and we try to make them feel more confident and feel beautiful in their natural skin.
So what services do y'all offer?
So we offer anything from basic facials, back treatments, advanced treatments, microneedling, chemical peels. She has a product line, so we have skincare as well. We do private consultations, and I also teach classes for advanced aesthetics, and then she's working on marketing classes as well. So we do everything, basically.
Sounds like you guys have a lot of things going on for you. So let's talk about maybe some of the financials, the numbers behind your business. How much money did it cost for you guys to start it up?
Everything that's in my suite, I'm gonna say it probably cost $5,000. But we didn't buy everything.
$15,000.
Oh, okay, 15,000. Yeah, we didn't buy everything all at once. We did everything as you go.
How do you raise the $15,000? Did you use business credit? What exactly did y'all do to get the $15,000 to start?
So fortunately for us, like she said, we have a village. So my father is a business owner, so he of course helped us out a lot like that, and my mom. So they would give us money. Christmas is around the corner when we first got it too, so we had a lot of big Christmas lists, and they bought us most of the stuff that we needed. And then other than that, it was like business funding a little bit, but it really was just us working. We were both servers at the time as well, so we both served in the beginning to kind of make money to put money back into the business. So we were hustling on the weekends and at nighttime so that we could put all of our money back into our business. So having a job, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you bootstrap. You don't worry about too much of trying to get a loan or a grant. Instead, you use the resources you have to get started. And about how much revenue you guys make right now in your business?
Ooh. Well, for me, I would say between 30 and 50,000 a year. And for her?
Yeah, I'm over 100K.
So you guys are 50-50 partners, but I'm hearing different revenue models. How does the relationship work between you two?
So basically we have our own businesses, but we work together in the space. So we are both our own entities, but we have the same space. At first we were in the same rooms. They're sharing two separate beds, and we were just going in and out. But now we have our own building where we have our own rooms and stuff like that. So we still have our own finances and all that kind of stuff. We just work in the building together.
Yes.
What's your name and what's your business?
My name is Irving, and my business is Royalty Hardscapes, and we specialize in hardscapes.
For people who don't know, what are hardscapes?
Hardscapes is pretty much masonry work, stonework, concrete, pavers, tile, stuff like that.
And what inspired you to start your business?
Honestly, not having to work for anybody but myself.
How much money did it cost for you to start your business?
Honestly, it costs nothing.
Really? You didn't have to buy materials or do marketing or anything like that?
Materials, you buy them however you know, whatever work you have, that's how you buy your materials. You just have to buy tools and stuff like that, but in our business, the tools that you buy, they're not crazy expensive, so you won't end up spending like $100,000 or anything like that. Yeah.
So for the most part, you get the materials once you get a client.
Correct.
So then how do you go about getting new clients?
Honestly, it's just you have to grind it out. You have to, of course, be on social media. You have to go out, depending on, what you want to accomplish. I mean, you could even go door to door, go to expos like this and talk to people and see what they do and see if it benefits you.
And about how much money does your business make?
Of course, depending on the size of the work that you get as well, because you have your small jobs, you have your big jobs. So it all really depends, but you can make pretty good money. I'm talking about maybe like $100, $200 a year.
And is that ballpark where you're making $100, $200 a year?
Around there, yeah.
What advice or tips would you have for an entrepreneur who wants to maybe be in the construction space or start a business?
Honestly, just know the field that you're going to get into. and just jump into it. Don't be afraid of anything, because problems, you're always going to have problems. So just jump into it. Like I said, know the business though. Know the business. Don't just get in it thinking, oh, they're making all this money, that's what I'm going to make. No, you got to, of course, have your years that you're going to, be just grinding it out.
What's your name and what's your business?
My name is Tatianna and my business is Boss Mamas Co.
So what do you do at Boss Mamas Co?
So what we do at Boss Mamas Co. is we help mothers, boss mamas, turn their focus and their hobbies into money. So basically helping mothers become business owners.
Can you describe the process of doing that? How does someone turn their passion into a business?
Okay, so what I do is I sit down and I talk with them and I ask them, what would you be doing if money wasn't an issue? Because it's kind of hard for people to decide because money is everything. So they be locked in these jobs to where it's just money based. So I sit down, I ask them what their strengths are, what they're good at, what they're bad at, and what would their friends say they're good at. Because that's really how they figure it out of what their friends say they are. So when I get the list, I go over the list and I put together different jobs for them, or different businesses for them to start, and that's it. And then we sit down and we go through all the process of what they have to do starting off, how to LLC it, so to see what type of certifications they need for the business. And I help them, I give them like a plan, a budget on how much they need to put into it and things like that.
So you're basically assessing their skills, their passions, and then giving them business ideas and showing them how to actually set up the business the correct way.
Yes, and I help them set the business up. I do all the research for them.
What would you say has been your most successful client, someone who may have started from zero and you helped them start their business? Where are they at today?
My most successful client name is Desiree, and what happened was she didn't know that she wanted to make candles, but she loved candles and she loved scents. So I sat down with her and I told her, I was like, you're going to work, but you love candles. Maybe you should start making candles. And she was working for a job, so she started making candles and they started selling like that. People picked up on it very fast, and it was soy candles, so she does good with that.
Let's talk about your business for a second, maybe the operations behind it. Did it cost you any money to start up?
No, Google. I got on Google, start researching, like I say, what I do for other people, other clients. I researched everything. It doesn't cost anything to start a business. You just start doing it. Just jump in there.
Yeah. And about how much money does your business make?
About $200,000 a year.
What is your business registered as?
It is an LLC.
And why did you decide to register as an LLC?
Because it's only me, and I don't want to be liable. If somebody sue me, I don't want it to touch any of my assets.
LLC offers that limited liability protection, just in case you have a client that's a little bit, and tripping, upset. Yeah. What are some of your favorite tax write-offs or tax strategies that you implement or maybe help some of your clients implement?
So basically everything, to your clothes, what you buy, materials, your electricity, bills that go into your business. Those are my favorite tax write-offs. And shopping, buying clothes for your business, shoes for your business, all of that, because I love to shop.
What's your name and what's your business?
Haziq Ali, and the name of my company is Nove.
And what does Nove do?
We're a fintech-based company that provides solutions for consumers and small businesses. Our stated purpose is closing the wealth gap by closing the ownership gap.
How long have you been in business?
We've been around since 2014 now, man. Yeah, so soon we'll be making our 10-year anniversary. It's funny you ask that, though, because most businesses go out of business in the first couple years. And it's mostly because of access to capital. You figure it out, you make some mistakes, you stumble, you fall, you get up, and before you know it, you done mastered your formula, but now you're out of money. And so our thing is to get people the funding they need so we can extend the life expectancy of the entrepreneur.
Yeah, like they said, a popular headline is 9 out of 10 startups fail within their first 3 years in business.
Absolutely.
It sounds like that's what you're speaking to.
Absolutely.
How did you start it? Did you have to raise any capital or anything to get it off the ground?
No, we bootstrapped it. My partner had already built multiple multi-million-dollar companies. His name is Rico McCambry, and he basically linked up with me through a mastermind.
How is business credit directly impacting your company?
Oh, listen, man. We've got now we're to the point we got all kinds of platinum cards and all of this stuff. But I think what you're really asking is, how do we see it like in real life? Like when you're watching businesses in real time struggle, what I tell people is that whenever you're in a market and you see one, I don't care if it's a flower shop, one flower shop is struggling and the other one is flourishing, What you're looking at is business credit or the lack thereof. Like, business credit is why that flower shop has a second location. Business credit is why that flower shop has more company cars. Business credit is why that flower shop has a marketing budget. But 50% of the businesses in America right now, according to the Small Business Administration, they're using their personal credit to run everything. And the power is in the business credit. Because with personal credit, the more you use, the lower your score goes. That's called utilization. But with business credit, the more you use, the more they give you. So you can get to the point where you can transfer the debt from your personal credit over to your business credit, and then both scores will go up. It's like a magic trick, but it ain't. It's financial literacy. But where was you supposed to learn that when you go to business school and your business school teacher didn't even have a business?
How much revenue does your company make right now?
We're up in the tens of millions, you know. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say tens, but you know, I'll say 10. You know, okay, gotcha. Soon it'll be tens, and then it'll be hundreds, and then we'll be $1 billion business.
So there you have it, guys. We met some amazing business owners. We got some good feedback in terms of how they use business credit. They broke down their business models and much more. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Coming up next, I have 2 more videos where I'm interviewing and asking people different questions. So check those out if you haven't already, and I'll see you over there.